Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here. I want to thank our sponsors at Unifocus, technology that drives value. Check them out at unifocus.com. Also, Azim Saju, CEO, our college. It is so great to see you.
Hey, great to see you too, Glenn.
It is so much fun being able to sit down and talk to you because you are a guy that's been on the road for years and years and years, grinding it out like so many others of us. And it's really interesting how you build relationships in our industry with people. And what are some of the things that you really need to think about when it comes to that? Because I kind of feel like I'm out there, I'm on the road, but I've forgotten how to build new relationships.
You got to show up. Yeah. So number one, you can't build relationships if you don't show up. Some of the other things that I think about is learn, share. Yeah. There is a challenge that I have right now that someone has gone through it already. Right. And I don't need to reinvent the wheel for it. So when you share openly. Yeah. Don't be embarrassed. All part of this industry is that there are ups and downs. Yeah. There are nuances to it, and connect with your peers, connect with your franchisors, your investors. Walk the trade show like this. Yeah. Listen to your podcast.
I know.
Those are relationships.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love the position that I'm in where I get to talk to people and learn from people. But I have the benefit of having amazing folks like you sit down with me. If somebody's new to the industry and they want to try to get into it, it's a lot more challenging to build those relationships, right? So if you're a young developer, maybe you have 1 or 2 hotels, you want to expand it. What was your way of actually building the relationships? Yes, be there, be present is number one. But once you're there, how did you make it happen? When I was a kid, I'd walk into a room, I'd freak out and run out the other way, you know?
Yeah, so I'm an introvert too. It's not like, I'm a social butterfly. I was fortunate enough back in 08, 09 to join the Choice Franchisee Advisory Council. And through that and the team at Choice, they made introductions to me, the IFA, the American Hotel Lodging Association.
Right.
And then I'm a learner. I like to learn from people and take bits and pieces of knowledge. And I began to show up at the advocacy days, show up at the all conference, and it snowballs, right? You meet one person who knows another.
Right.
You help someone out with a piece of knowledge that you know that they might want to know or they're searching for, and it begins to snowball.
Yeah, it really does. And it's like, it doesn't feel like the progress is being made until one day you suddenly realize, whoa, I know so many people. How do you keep yourself being open and honest and genuine when so many of us are inherently afraid to share the things that we might perceive as not being, not being as cool or interesting or a sign of failure to others out there?
Yeah, so how do we share knowledge that you think might not be cool or you might not want to talk about? I think the first step, I learned this from a leadership speakers, be interested rather than interesting.
Right.
Try to learn about the person that you're meeting, ask questions. And that usually eases the flow of communication because you come across well, you come across as interested. Yeah. You're not trying to suck up all the oxygen from the conversation. And usually that leads into then what your challenges or issues.
Well, you're absolutely right, because when you build relationships, it's all about how you make people feel. They're not necessarily going to remember the things you say or the conversation you had. So one of the things I try to do, what you just kind of said, is I shift the conversation off me as much as possible onto them, ask them questions about their lives, what are they into, and then you got to do what the George Costanza thing from Seinfeld, make a joke. If it works, leave.
Yeah. On the side about that,
yeah. Another trick that I have that I think is great in order to build relationships is I don't like sports. It just doesn't interest me. But I'll be in conversations all the time about the football game from Sunday or whatever. Then I take that knowledge and I use it in the next conversation as if I actually cared about the sports. And that really helps break down those barriers as well.
Yeah. Be involved in the industry associations. And you don't need to be a socialite. Our industry draws people who are just naturally friendly people. We're hospitality, we're hospitable by nature. I think by showing up, eventually you're going to meet people and meet friends sitting at round tables and having discussions and conversations, and it's going to snowball over time.
Yeah. All right, so I think the lessons we can take away from this conversation is be there, be patient, but be tenacious.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. And be interested.
Yes, be interested. And I was speaking to another CEO, you know, our friend Charles Oswald from Aperture. He's always like about be curious.
Yes.
So it's the same kind of attitude. And if you have that sense of curiosity, you're going to go far. I'm very lucky. I find mostly everything interesting. So it's easy for me to ask questions, but others don't have that. Anything else you want to share with us?
No, just take risks, build relationships, and just embrace the industry. It's awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
For Azim, myself, Glenn, thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in to all of our broadcasts, and the best way to do that is check out novacancynews.com. Follow me on LinkedIn. Like this video, all that kind of stuff. See you later. Bye.